Welcome into another edition of the QB Academy. I'm Jeremy Huber, joined by All-American quarterback Michael Nebrich, formerly of Fordham and Lake Braddock High School locally. Mike, who is your first quarterback this week? It is, I believe, Beau English of DeMatha, correct?
Yeah, so our first quarterback we're going to break down this week is Beau English from DeMatha. He's a 6'2", 200-pound guy committed to play for Air Force next year. And he's a little bit of an unorthodox quarterback. And what I mean by that is he's a really good runner. You know, excellent playmaking abilities when he has the ball in his hand, but he has a little bit of an unorthodox throw, but he is very accurate with the football, very good poise in the pocket, and he shows a lot of good things in his decision-making process, so he's a very exciting player to watch.
Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the things that Beau English, again, as you said, a great player for DeMatha, really fun guy to take a look at.
Yeah, and I want to start off by just kind of showing his ability to throw the football, and one of the staples of DeMatha's offense is they throw the ball down the field vertically a lot, and Beau has developed a great chemistry over time, with his wide receivers in these down the field throws. And I want everybody to notice here that he's under center, and the reason I point that out is he's about to take a 3-step drop, which makes this a very hard throw for a quarterback, and it requires a lot of touch to get the ball up and down very quickly. You know, when you're in the shotgun, you have more time as your receiver gets down the field, and you can just kind of let the ball go. So this is one of those plays here that it's a tough throw for Beau, and he does a great job with his drop here, getting his feet and his hips lined up quickly in the direction of the throw. And at the same time here, as you notice in his drop, he does a great job with using his eyes in the first 2 steps of his drop to hold that free safety, which gives him lots of room to work on the sideline. And as an end result, you know, he delivers a perfect touch ball down the field to his receiver in stride for a touchdown. So again, just kind of showing the touch that he has to use in this style of offense and not being in the gun every time.
Yeah, nothing more frustrating as an old defensive lineman, that guy who takes the 3-step drop and puts one in perfectly down the stovepipe. Any more looks at Beau?
Yeah, we got a couple more clips here for him. This next clip here, I want to kind of show off his decision-making in the read option, and this is a big part of his game. And you notice they're lined up in the pistol here, and this is going to end up being a triple option play. So his first read here is going to be the stand-up defensive end at the top of the screen to his right. And what he wants to do is he wants to read the end shoulders. And if he comes up the field with his shoulders square to the line of scrimmage, he's going to hand the ball off to his running back. If that defensive end bends down and turns his shoulders, he's going to keep it like you see here. So at the mesh point here, he sees that defensive end collapse down with his shoulders turned, committing towards the running back. So what he wants to do here is he wants to keep the ball. And you see this is exactly what he does. Now his next option here is he wants to push out wide to that defender over his wide receiver running a bubble. And that's the third option there on that play. So he does a really good job with these option plays of reading that defensive end, making a good decision there, and then pushing out far enough to make that defender commit over his third option. And then he does a good job running the football as well.
Yeah, again, some pretty impressive stuff there by Beau English, and a lot of different things in his game that he can do real well.
Yeah, he's a very exciting player to watch when it comes to running the football, and he's a very physical player, which is what I really like about him. And these next couple of clips, we're actually going to take a look at that. So here, I want to show off his toughness and his physicality as a runner. And this play actually starts off as a pass play, but the defense does a really good job covering the route. So Beau just does, you know, he does what he does.
Beau knows.
Beau knows, and he makes a good play here with his feet. And he does a great job, and he makes a great decision not to throw the ball into coverage. And a lot of times the young quarterbacks, you see them try and force the ball. He does a great job here stepping up and not throwing the ball into coverage. And the end of the play here is what gets me really excited about him. He lowers his shoulder there once he sees the end zone to try and get that extra yard to get in. And plays like that are what offenses really rally around. And plays like that are what makes quarterbacks the captains of the offense. And when you watch this kid's tape, each and every game, there are plays like that over and over again. So, just a very physical guy and, a high-effort guy each and every play.
Yeah, you notice all that green grass in front of him there. He saw it and went ahead and took off.
Yeah, so this next clip, again, just, kind of showing off the max effort that this guy gives. And you don't very often see a clip on a kid's highlight tape, especially a quarterback, that he doesn't have the ball in his hand. And this is one of those rare occasions where a quarterback's actually going to go throw a block for his running back here. So it starts off as just a normal play, normal handoff, and he sees his running back now bounce it back out, comes back into the play, and lays the hammer down on a defensive back to spring his running back. I mean, just plays like this, these max effort plays, are what make this kid so so special, and just, he's a playmaker. That's what he is. He's a max effort guy, and it's one of the things that I'm so impressed about with him is his toughness and his effort, and it's all over the field, all over the tape, and he also shows that he can use his arm, and that's I think one of the big things that Air Force saw in him, and he actually had an offer from all 3 military academies, all run the triple option, so he's a perfect fit for that offense, and he uses his arm just well enough, but he can use his legs as well to be really successful on the field. So he's an exciting player to watch, and I think Air Force really got themselves a good guy.
And you see, when you had that quarterback and do a little bit of everything like a Keenan Reynolds last year at Navy, what that offense can be, it's really an exciting thing, and hopefully that we'll see Beau English be able to do some of the same type of things. Well, thank you, Mike. That's another edition of QB Academy. Remember, you can check out a new edition of QB Academy every Wednesday here at DMVSTREAM.COM.